What's going on, guys? So, I know the lighting here is terrible and it's like, oh my god, you're in the dark, you look crazy, creepy, whatever, but I wanted to start you guys out here because the rest of the shop is kind of a disaster. We're going to do a little something different today. So, those of you that don't follow me on Instagram, I picked up that guy right there, which is a 2001 BMW X5 E53 chassis. Picked it up for a great deal, had a bunch of stuff wrong with it, fixed a bunch of stuff already. Now we got to fix something that I absolutely despise, and that is the headlights. The headlights on this thing look horrendous. The lenses are completely garbage. They look terrible. So what we're going to do today is we're going to try something out. We're going to try an off-the-shelf 3M kit for restoring these headlights. Now, I've always just bought new lenses because restoring them to me was a pain in the ass. So I just bought new lenses, but in my search for E53 lenses, I can only find E70 lenses, which do not work. So I'm kind of stuck having to try to restore these or spend $400 a piece for headlights. So I think what we're going to do today, we're going to try to use the kit. We'll see how it comes out. I'll bring you guys along step by step. And you know what? If it's something you can use, cool. If it turns out that it's a total nightmare, you guys will see that too. So let's go grab the kit. I'll open it up. I'll show you what's inside it. And then I'll show you the headlights of the truck. Alright guys, so here's what the kit comes with. You've got your arbor for your drill that has a Velcro backing on it. You have some 500 grit sandpaper, some 800 grit sandpaper. This, I believe, is like a 3000 grit polishing pad. Then you have an actual foam polishing pad along with your polishing compound. Now, hopefully, all of this will work great. And now, if you guys have ever sanded anything, this will be a pretty easy step for you guys. So basically what we're going to do is dry sand with this guy, dry sand to reduce the scratches a little more with this guy. Take this 3000 grit pad and use water in either a spray bottle or something to spray down the headlight. Make sure it's all, lubricated so that we can actually get a nice polished finish on this. They'll still be a little bit hazy when we're done. So we use the pad with the polishing compound, and then ultimately we'll put a nice coat of wax on the lights to make sure that this doesn't happen again. So while I'm here and showing you guys this kit, let me actually show you the lights on this thing. So here's what we're looking at on the driver's side. And you can see that those are pretty hazy. This thing has 188,000 miles on it, so there's a lot of little chips, a lot of little rock scuffs, a few other odds and ends. The passenger one is actually pretty bad too. It looks a little bit better until you see it in the right light. So we're going to try to clear those up because I can't get those lenses. And I really don't like the way this thing looks with these dead headlights on it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to set you guys up on the tripod. Once I've got you set up on the tripod, I'll bring you in and we'll start sanding. I'm probably going to use, just so you're aware, an air sander set to low, basically a right angle grinder, because I don't want to use a drill. It's too big and bulky. The air is easier for me, but you can use a drill. Alright guys, so I hope I have most of you in frame, or most of this in frame for you. But basically what we're going to do now is we have our air grinder set up. Now they say that they want about 1600 RPM, 1700 RPM, which is the speed of a normal like DeWalt battery operated drill. We've got this thing turned all the way down to low, which I think is about 5,000 or somewhere in that area. I mean, as compared to this. So we're going to run this real slow, and just in case we overspeed and we start to melt it, a little water bottle with a little hole drilled in the top is all you really need, just to keep things cool. So we're going to start off because in the kit it tells you to sand these dry. So we're going to start sanding these things dry, keeping this moving at all times at a relatively slow speed. And if we see any of this plastic start to gum up at all, we're going to make sure that we stop, add a little bit of water to it, and then we can wet sand it, which is going to add to our process a little bit time-wise. But we're dealing with some pretty nasty headlights here, so I don't think we're going to have a problem. So let's go. So here's what we're looking at right now. Let me see if I can get you guys better around a little bit here. But what we were looking for is pretty much a universally uniform, that's a lot of U words, big ones too. But we were looking for a uniform pattern where the lens looks entirely hazy. Now the problem that you run into is when you're trying to get the yellowing layer off of these lenses, as you're sanding them, when you wet them and then wipe them off, you'll see little pockets. They almost look like little parts of the globe that are in here that you need to sand down and sand out of, because that's the actual destroyed plastic. So now we have a nice smooth finish to work with. This is after the 500 and the 800 grit. So now what we're going to move to is the 3000 grit with a little bit of water, and we'll see if we can get these to polish up a little bit nicer, kind of get rid of all the scratch marks from the 800 grit, and then once we get rid of the scratch marks from the 800, then we can move on to the polishing and see how it goes. So here we go, fellas. And again, I am using that guy. Spinning a little too fast, so I have to be super careful. You actually saw me use a little bit of water on there just to kind of cool things down because it was getting a little toasty. So we're going to water this up. We're going to water up this pad. Okay, so we got 500, the 800, the 3000, all done. You can see now we're looking a whole lot better. So the last step to this process, or one of the second to last step, obviously we have to put a, protectant on the lights, but the second to last step of this is we are going to use the polishing compound that 3M provides, and we're actually going to switch over to the electric drill because we can actually control the speed much better when we're on the light. We don't want to be polishing with something that's going to burn what we just sanded that took us forever to sand. So we want to make sure we're doing that. So what I'm going to do is just make sure we get in here and we kind of dry all this stuff off. The polishing compound will still work when it's wet, but it's a pain in the ass. So we're going to take the compound. And this is basically just 3M's rubbing compound, and it says to put about a dime-sized dab right in the middle, which is what we're going to do because, we're men and we follow directions. And then basically we're just going to polish this light out. And we're starting to get a little bit dry, so we're going to add a little bit more. Okay, so where was I? Had to take a phone call there. Add a little bit more compound. Alrighty, let's wipe this down. See what we got. Alright, so what do y'all think? I'm probably going to do another round of polishing on it because I'm not 100% happy with that finish, but I'm going to give you guys a comparison right now of the passenger light to the driver's side light. So let's see what this looks like. Alright, so there's the driver's side light. And remember, we're still going to do another coat of polish. And you're seeing a pretty decent reflection there from the top of the light, top of the lens, but you kind of get the idea. And now, the passenger light. So quite a significant difference. You see both of them? Yeah, one looks a little bit better than the other one. So like I said, I'm going to throw another coat of polish on this one, just to kind of give it a little bit more shine than it's got. Still looking a little bit dull. And once I polish that one up completely, we'll move on to the passenger one, do the same steps on that one, and I'll bring you guys back when everything's done and we can actually take a look at it. And I'll give you my final thoughts on this kit. So there's the finished product. Ta-da! So they came out good. Yeah, I'm rolling around here. The lighting's still terrible, but they came out really, really good as compared to what they were. Now, obviously, they're not perfect. The only way to really get them perfect is to spend a whole lot more than 2 hours doing these. You kind of have to spend a real lot of time with them, and then the right way to do things would be after you get done with all of your sanding and all of your polishing, then it would be the best idea to actually use an automotive grade clear coat over top of it. Now the clear coat has a UV protectant in it, and it also has the ability to absorb rock chips and things of that nature. So your best bet obviously is to coat those with an automotive grade clear coat. Now all we did was throw a good carnauba wax on them, and I'll make sure that every single time that I wash the car, or maybe once a month or so, I'll just throw another coat of wax on them. The wax also has UV protectants in it, so that'll help out significantly with them re-yellowing again. But to go from what they were to what they are, and you can kind of see both of them there, but they're absolutely incredible as compared to what they are. The kit is great. It comes with everything you need. I didn't run out of anything. I actually had extra stuff left over, so let me get up and I'll get you guys a part number for it in case you're interested. And of course, as always, it'll be linked down below, Amazon link. But this is what it was. This is not a review for this product, and I didn't get this for free. I actually bought this, so let's see if we can focus on that for you. There's the part number right there. It's made by 3M. It's a pretty good kit. I mean, it worked out really, really well. So, like I said, link's going to be down below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's just a little something different. I wanted to kind of get these headlights cleaned up on this car because they were driving me nuts. I hate driving around with cars with headlights that look like that. So, we got that good. Also, too, guys, the Jeep Grand Cherokee that you saw in the rebuild videos is for sale currently. So, if you're interested in it, the price is right. Hit me up, DM me on Instagram, email me, shoot me a message below in the comment section, and I'll get back to you. But we're not looking for a whole lot of money for it. We just kind of want to, put it in the hands of somebody who's going to enjoy it as much as I did, because now we have the X5, so we're going to be doing some stuff to the X5, which is pretty cool. And you guys will see that coming up. So that was kind of the first, I don't know, you'd call it a mod, but the first fix. So, alright guys, I'm tired of babbling. I'm done babbling. You guys are probably tired of hearing me babble. So, thank you for watching the video. I appreciate every single one of you guys. And we will see you on the next one. Have a good night.